Hey guys, welcome back to this combo guide for Snake Eyes Azamina Whitewoods. This might be one of the coolest decks that you can play. I know there are Snake Eyes cards in the end. I will also make a video guide for the Whitewoods together with Azamina, so the new pure version if you want to call it. But bear with me here. I will show you a combo. I will show you how fun these combination of the cards are, because they really work together by sending stuff away. This really fits into each other, and I will show you that in the combos that I will show you shortly. This is very strong deck with a very strong endboard, and we also have a lot of non-engine options. So what are we playing here? I will quickly move the Snake Ash down. We are playing Infect Valor, which you can obviously change for anything else. We are playing 2 Mixies, we are playing triple Ash Blossom, 3 Emvet Impermanence, 2 Called By, then here are Talents and here's Crossout. Obviously this non-engine part is interchangeable, play whatever you want here. We might also see a meta in which it makes sense to play Fuvalos in the main deck, since we need to stop our opponent, because if these heavy combo decks that we are seeing right now that are definitely the best decks in the game, Fiendsmith, Jubel, Snake Eyes Azamina Whitewoods, Snake Eyes Azamina with Fiendsmith, then the problem is if they go or if they achieve the endboard, it's basically game over. So we might want even more Mixies basically to stop this, but we will see how this develops. We are playing 2 original Symbol Spoiled Snake Eye. We need to actually. Then we're playing 1 the Hallowed Azamina. We're playing 1 Wanted. We are playing triple Diabellstar, triple Deception of the Symbol Spoils, a very good starter here. We are playing 1 Divine Temple of the Snake Eye, 1 Snake Eyes Poplar, 1 Snake Eyes Ash, 1 Snake Eyes Oak, 1 Snake Eyes Diabellstar, our Flame Dragon, 2 Bonfire of course. We are playing the Angel Statue Azurune to get via our Rabbit here, and then our Whitewood pack consists of the Tails, the new Azamina LZ, which is just an insane card bridging you into the Azamina engine with her going to the graveyard effect. We have the Astela as well as LZ, and then we have 2 Sylvies and 1 Woes of the White Forest to get to our Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, the entire opponent's board, Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest. We are also playing obviously Azamina Ilia Sylvia, we are playing Mu Rishielago, Riven Princess, we are playing the package of Raging Phoenix and Dragon's Atlantis, 1 Anima, 1 Hita, because you will definitely see a lot of fire now, and then you might be able to revive an opponent's Snake Eye something. Then we have our IP Masquerina, Apollou's Bow of the Goddess, the Silhouette Head Rabbit, and then we are playing the package of Risiela, the Diabellstar and the Silvera, SP Little Knight, and then Sprite Sprint. This is very interesting. You will see in the combo in a moment why we are playing this. So this is the deck that we are playing, and now I will show you 2 combo lines so that you understand how these different engines bridge together and how you can make a really amazing endboard with this. Okay, let me show you what we can achieve with 1 Snake Eye Ash. So we're going Snake Eye Ash, normal summon. This is like the normal Snake Eyes line. We are grabbing the Snake Eyes Poplar, and what you will see in all of these combo lines basically, give me a second, we are going Poplar to add the temple, is that we often now add the temple instead of the original Symbol Spoils. I will explain to you in a moment why. We're activating the temple, setting Snake Eyes Diabellstar. We have received this card a while ago, but now we can finally use it. It's always nice in the beginning to use this with your Snake Eye Ash, because you can send this away to go into your Oak, and this will be replaceable in the spell trap zone by the Poplar in a moment here. So this is our current situation. Always want to keep the Oak up now, because Oak is the one that has not yet sent and can get us to the Flambird. We are going a Link 2 into an IP Masquerina, thereby triggering our Poplar so that we can replace Snake Eyes Diabellstar. So this is something that you always want to do in the Snake Eyes part, I guess, that's sending away the Snake Eyes Diabellstar, replacing it with Poplar, so to get an additional free resource for the send away basically. Now what we are going to do is we're going to go Snake Eyes Diabellstar, put anything here and summon it, and now we go into Sprite Sprint, and this is where the engines basically combo together and work together. Is so cool. We are sending to the graveyard our Astela of the White Forest, and Astela says if a spell trap is sent to your graveyard to activate a monster effect where this card is in the graveyard, we can special summon it. It's very important to note here that yeah, this is in the spell trap zone, but this is not a spell trap. So what we need to do here is activate Oak to send the temple and summon our Flambird Dragon. This will though trigger now the Astela, and now with our Sprite engine and our Sprite Sprint, we have received our White Forest engine, which is just so fun. And we were able to send away the Snake Eyes Ash with the effect of the Astela in a second, which this just works together so greatly. So now we can send away the Snake Eye Ash with the Astela to activate the effect, and then we will be able to special summon a Light Tuner, which is our Sylvia of course. Now we are basically in our White Forest combo. We are grabbing the Tails, then we are going into Synchro Summon Rishiela. Rishiela can grab the trap now and has to send away the Tails, which we can then reset in a second. That's what we are going to do here, resetting the tails, and now we are activating tails, grabbing the L set, and L set will grab us the new card in a second here. So L set will activate, we send away the woes, which we can then reset to grab the L set, Azamina L set of the White Forest. Very important card, super strong, which says you can reveal this card in your hand, special summon one White Forest or Azamina monster from your hand. She can special summon herself. During the main phase, you can fusion summon one Azamina fusion monster from your extra deck. This can come up in this deck and combo line. We won't do it, but this can definitely be used. And this is the important one. If this card is synchro summoned or sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can add one Sinful Spell cards from deck to hand. So this is where our Snake Eyes engine got us into our White Forest engine, and now the White Forest engine gets us into the Azamina Sinful Spell engine. This is so fun. So we are going to reset the woes here, obviously, because we have sent it away for the LZ. Activate the Azamina LZ, and now we need to get it to the grave via the Diabelza. We are going Chain Link 1 to add the Sinful Spoils Azamina card to hand, and Chain Link 2 to Chain Block, basically, adding back whatever. We will send this away, or do we? I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure in this moment, but grab whatever here. And then we will grab Deception of the Sinful Spoils, which is a card that you often start your Azamina plays with. You can tribute one monster from your hand or field, add one Azamina card from your deck to your hand. You will always basically add the Hollowed Azamina, the fusion card, and then you can also reset this during the end phase if that was sent away this turn, but that's not that important. We are going to play this, activate this to send away our Sprite Sprint, and grabbing the Hallowed Azamina. Hallowed Azamina, maybe a bit confusing, says reveal one Azamina fusion monster in your extra deck, and for every 4 levels it has, rounded down, send one Sinful Spoils card from your hand and or field to the graveyard, and then special summon that revealed monster. And then we are also able to add back the Hallowed Azamina to our hand once per turn by shuffling back Azamina monster in our graveyard. So we can now send away Deception of the Sinful Spoils here for one level 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 basically fusion monster Azamina from our extra deck. We are going to set the IP Masquerina here with our Flamebird Dragon, which also means that now we are basically bounded to this Flamebird Dragon. Don't send it away now, because otherwise IP Masquerina has a problem here. I guess we can revive it with the Promethean Princess later, but if you have the IP Masquerina in your spell traps, then you always have to remember that the Flamebird needs to be in the end board, especially because we have sent away the Temple. Activating Hallowed Azamina, showing Mu Rishielago, sending away Deception. Now we have Mu Rishielago, and Mu Rishielago says that if this card is fusion summoned, we can add one Azamina or Sinful Spoils card from our deck to the hand. We are grabbing a Wanted here, and now we also have access to Diabelsta. Now we are linking away all of this into Promethean Princess, obviously triggering the Flamebird Dragon to get materials back here. And now remember that what I just said, the Promethean Princess is now needed to grab back the Flamebird Dragon. This is what we're going to do, so we don't forget here, because Flamebird Dragon is our follow-up and also summons the IP. Link away whatever and the Promethean Princess, one of the little bodies, into a Raging Phoenix here. And then we are going Wanted to grab the Diabelsta. Then we can go Hallowed Azamina, Mu Rishielago back to the extra deck, and add Hallowed back to the hand. Now what is basically missing, we can first go World Sea Dragons Atlantis to replace everything in the main monster zone. This will be important in a second here. So replace everything, we need this basically out of the extra monster zone. And what we are missing now for our Hallowed Azamina to fusion summon our Ilia Sylvia is another Sinful Spoils card. But this we will get in a moment with our Diabelsta. Pitch whatever we have added before to go Diabelsta and set the original Sinful Spoils, which we don't need anymore since the Snake Eyes part is already done here. But we can use it for the Hallowed Azamina. Before we do that though, you can now go into Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, with 4 materials. You can also do something different here. So you can, for example, keep the Diabelze, because the Diabelze can summon the Silvera to flip down your opponent's board, but obviously you also have the trap to summon a Silvera to flip down the opponent's board. But if you keep the Diabelze here, then you can do it twice, because you can shuffle back your flip down monster via your Sylvie in the graveyard on your opponent's turn, and then you can do it actually twice. But I think it's a bit overkill, and if you do it like that, you can't go into the Appaloosa. So what you would do instead, you would keep this Diabelze, and then you would use the World Sea Dragons Atlantis as well as the Diabelsta to go into the Silhouette Head Rabbit, right? This one here, setting to the board the statue Azurune. So this is an alternative option that you can go for. Then you will have the Rabbit and the Diabelze as well as the Azurune statue, or you go for 4 material Appaloosa Negate. It's your choice, whatever you find better. Obviously, this is a bit of a bit more interruption, but is more focused on one like point, right? So if your opponent can out this Appaloosa, it's worse than if you had 3 interruptions layered basically. We're activating Hallowed Azamina, showing Ilya Sylvia, sending away the original Sinful Spoils and getting our negate here. And now we can use the Wanted, do it last, especially if you go for the Rabbit play, because Rabbit sets the trap from the deck and you do not want to draw into the trap by using your Wanted. So we are drawing a lot of hand traps we have in the deck, and then we can go to end phase. So we have the follow-up from the Flame-Edge Dragon going into IP Masquerena, into SP. We have our Synchro Summon into the Book of Moon. Flip down, we have an Omni Negate via the Ilya Sylvia, then we have 4 Monster Negates for the Appaloosa, and then we also have our Peruvian Princess in the grave that can destroy something, and we have a lot of follow-up. The Sylvie can be resummoned here. We have our Bodies from the Flame Birch, and then also the card that we have just drawn. And this is a board that your opponent will probably not break, and I think it's super fun how these engines work together. Now let me show you what you can do if you start with your White Forest stuff. Okay, starting with your White Forest stuff changes up the combo a bit. We will start with the LZ, sending away any spell trap from hand, and then we can grab the Sylvie. So the White Forest engine basically works the same as always. We can go, by the way, if you don't know how to play the White Forest, basically I have a combo guide for that on the channel. Go ahead, check that out. We are going the Sylvie into the tails, then we go as always into Riciella, and Riciella can send away our newly added tails in order to grab the trap. It's basically the same like we did the last game. It's a bit the other way around, if you want to call it that. We are now grabbing the missing part, which is the Azamina LZ, because we need her in order to go into our Azamina engine here. So we go Azamina LZ, and now obviously we have the link, the Synchro 8 available for the Diabelze. Diabelze at the tails or the imperm back to hand. We will have to discard it later on, and then the Azamina grabs out the Sinful Spoils card, the Wanted in this case. We go Wanted, grab the Diabelze, and now we need to send away the newly added card, so it doesn't really matter. We are sending away the card for the Diabelze and activating the effect in order to set the Deception of the Sinful Spoils. Activate Deception, now we need to tribute. We are obviously tributing the Dia Star for Hallowed Azamina, and now it's basically like I showed you before. Hallowed Azamina, Mu Ricielago, send away the Deception, and the Mu Ricielago activates, and now, because we already have added the Wanted, it obviously, and the Deception of the Sinful Spoils is also already gone. Our last useful target is the OSS, that we are now going to add to hand. Recycle Hallowed Azamina, putting back the LZ, and now we can go Hallowed Azamina once again, original Sinful Spoils pitch, and summon Ilya Sylvia. Now we are safe from whatever, nip or something. Now the cool part of the Azamina with the Snake Eyes engine happens that because we have pitched this, the original Sinful Spoils, we can now banish it in order to put back Diabelze and grab one of our Snake Eye monsters, one of the level 1 fire monsters. We are grabbing Poplar since we have normal summoned here, and Poplar activates, and now in order to be special summoned, obviously we are now grabbing the Temple. Now we can activate the Temple to set once again Snake Eyes Diabelze. This is basically what you always want to send here with the Temple. Link the Poplar and the Mu Ricielago away for an IP Masquerena. Get the Poplar in the spell trap zone, summon Snake Eyes Diabelze, and now we are using the Sylvie, putting back our Riciella, and now we have some bodies to work with. Use Snake Eyes Diabelze and the Sylvie for the Silhouette Head Rabbit. Now we are going to set the Azarune. You can also play the other one, the Silhouette Head Trick, I think it is, but Azarune I think is way better. So now we can go Wanted, because now we have set our Azarune on the field, so always go for the Azarune first and then the Wanted draw. Then we can set the woes and end our turn. So we have a lot of interruptions here. We have IP into either Apo or SP. We have our Omni from Ilya Sylvia. We have the Diabelze that can summon from the extra deck the Book of Moon, flip down. Then we can do it once again with the woes of the White Forest if we want. Then we have our Angel Statue Azarune being an inherent summon negate, inherent summon meaning from the extra deck, or from the hand if it doesn't start a chain like a Diabelze or a Kashtira Fenrir. And we also have our Silhouette Rabbit. If we summon this trap, then the Rabbit is able to pop a spell trap, I think, on the field. If this card in the spell trap zone is summoned, yeah, we can target a spell trap on our opponent's board and pop it. So a lot of interruptions, and then also a lot of follow-up that we have here for the next turn. So this is what you can do with the White Forest, starting with the White Forest engine. We still get into everything basically, but we are missing a lot of bodies because we can't go Snake Eye Ash because we have used up our normal summon. But we still are able, or were able, to bridge together all the engines. So this is super fun. Let me know in the comments. This is the combo guide. What you think? Do you want to see more of this? Have you understood how this combo works, how the deck works together? Let me know what you think of this combination of cards. If you have any further questions, let me know in the comments. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell. You will find combo videos for basically every variant that you can play on the channel within the next few days. So go ahead, check that out, learn to play the deck that you like to play, and hopefully we will see each other in the next one.